Ahoy gamers and welcome back to our series on Zero to Ubers as we play through as a hardcore solo self-found with a Holy Grail bolted on the side. In this episode we continue as our aura fired in. As we go through all of Act 4, we decimate Diablo. We have a couple close calls with his lightning beam. That lightning beam seems to be the bane of my existence. We then make our way into Act 5. We do a lot of grinding against Eldritch just to level up. Before we make our way all the way through Act 5, decimating the Ancients and taking on Baal himself. So without further ado, let's jump on in. And we are back as a hardcore solo self-found Paladin going from Zero to Ubers. Last episode we made our way all the way through, I remember the key points. Last episode we made our way all the way through Act 3. And today we're going to be doing Act 4 as a minimum. We might do a bit of Act 5, we'll see. Or we might do Act 4 up until the start of Act 5 where we can farm Shank. So what we're playing as, we're still in Oradin, or Firedin. We're using Holy Fire as our main damage deal, so it does AoE damage, and then we can zeal them down very quickly. Our damage is quite reasonable at the moment, and there's our resistances at the moment. We're running around with steel, which we could definitely upgrade. We've got just a random headpiece, we've got stealth, some decent-ish gloves. Got one ring here with faster cast rate, a second ring here for faster cast rate again, two very good rings. Got this belt here, shadow harness. Got these okay boots, only using them for the faster run walk and the fire resistance. Then we've got this steel clash here. Huge upgrade, we got that when we took on Mephisto last episode, so I'm happy about that. And a random amulet here. So our resistances aren't the best, our cold's a bit low, and I think did I put anything in here? And I got this for initial fast attack speed, which is very useful, but we're not going to do that. I got this for fire resistance, but we don't need any more fire resistance at the moment. We are already capped. So let's make our way through Act 4. Hopefully today we'll finish Act 4. So I'm a little bit not so much worried, but when it comes to this series of us going from Zero to Ubers, because I've never done any Ubers before, so it's all relatively new to me. We will be playing through at least normal mode, so our first playthrough will be relatively slow like this, then going through Nightmare, and then I'll just essentially rush through and only farm bosses, and then when I get into Hell I then go to slow time with my recordings. I do want to do some kind of long form farming videos of, I don't know, loot from like 100 Mephistos, loot from 100 like Addies, the normal Nightmare and Hell, just so I can work on some loot. I am working on my Holy Grail as well, so there will be a link down in the description down below. But if you want to see what we've got so far on the Holy Grail, so far I think we've only got about 2 odd percent, nearly 3%, which isn't great. But hopefully when we start doing some farming, we should start ticking some more of those items off. I haven't added on the latest load of runes, because I think there's a couple of runes we got in the last episode which I didn't put on there just yet, but that'll take a couple of seconds. It'll probably be on there by the time this video goes live. So we're just making our way through Act 4, nice and easy. And you see, I think we're on players 1 at the moment. Gameplay. Let's have a look, shall we? If I can scroll down. Yep, so we're on players 1. We're going to leave it on players 1 just for the time being. Because we don't really want to farm here, we don't really care for the experience. We are just doing this to get through. And then once we get to once we get to Act 5, we'll then farm some experience when we fight Shank and the Overseer, which I can't remember the Overseer's name. We'll be farming a lot of that just to get some levels before we go fight Baal and before we go into Nightmare. You see, this is relatively simple. Holy Fire Paladin at the moment is really good. You probably want to switch to Hammerden here, because these guys do have quite a lot of fire resistance. At least the Venom Lords, I think they're called, and the Pit Lords, they have a lot of fire resistance. But we don't fight very many of them in the outer steps. We'll fight more of them as we get further through Act 4. I don't know why the game's stuttering a little bit here. You can see it in the recording. I'm not sure why. It's definitely not the PC. But anyway, yeah, so these guys, Doom Knights, tend to have higher fire resistance as well. So I'm not counting on the actual fire aura anymore to kill mobs. I have to physically hit them. It's probably worthwhile me trying to find a better weapon for fighting rather than this steel. You see here we're just struggling to hit the mobs now. That's probably why we're struggling to hit them, because they're fire enchanted. So he's going to take reduced fire damage, which is fine. We can just stand here and hammer him down. So we're going to run around. We're going to go find Izuel, and we'll see you in a second. I didn't realise that dropped a dirk here. That is the Diggler. I love the name of this one. That's quite not the most rarest, but you've got two types of dirk second drop. One of them being the Diggler, and the other one I think it's called Goal. You want Goal, because Goal's a quite a good MF dagger. I think it gives you like 100 MF or something stupid like that. It's quite good. But I'm not going to say no to that. That's going to be an item. We are going to hold on to that, because I don't think I've ever found that one before. And also that goes into the Holy Grail. Every time I pause the record, I have to click it straight back again, because we just found Izuel straight away. Main reason why we're killing is Izuel because he will give us an extra skill point. I think it's a skill point. So this is always useful. We just want to level up our Holy Fire. I think we've got one more level we can put into it. But he's not the most difficult of enemies, to be perfectly honest. And just like that, he's down. Got a cudgel, which we can sell. Perfect. We'll grab this belt. We can probably sell the belt as well. So we're going to just speed straight through this act now. We're going to just jump straight through until we get to Salvation. Down. Salvation. Where is Salvation? There it is. So we're now going to just speed straight down to the River of Flame. Once we get down there, we've got 2 skill points. Interesting. Once we get down to the River of Flame, we'll then see you when we get to the Forge. See how much damage that's increased by. That's quite a substantial increase. We'll see you when we get to the Forge. So there we go. Here we are. We're already fighting the armourer right now. This has been extremely easy to get to, let's put it that way. Morningstar. If you're 2 sockets, that could be an upgrade. I'm going to keep hold of you. I'm not 100% sure whether I can use them as steel, but I'm going to keep hold of it anyway. So I believe when we get into Act 2 anyway, when you get into Nightmare, we have to switch to Hammerden at some point. And Amrune. Amrunes are quite useful. We'll definitely take that. Put that into here. And the rest of the gems are okay, I guess. Nothing too special. I'm not going to call home with any of those. But that's fine. Awesome. Right, let's continue through. We'll just jump through when you get to all of the seals, because this isn't too difficult, to be perfectly honest. You can see how quick all the mobs are dying, especially with the skill shrine. So while I'm fighting 1 or 2 of them, the back line are just melting into my aura. Really useful. Especially now as... Oh, there's some Venom Lords here. So Venom Lords in Nightmare and Hell tend to be immune to fire. So now they're going to start having some fire resistances. And my weapon's just broken, so I will go back to town. And here's seal number uno. Always do this one first, always the easiest one. I'll say it as this guy's immune to fire. Huh, I forgot this guy's immune to fire. That is suboptimal. I'm sure we can just bonk him down. Yeah, okay. This will take a while, but I'm not worried about this in the slightest. I'm going to pick up a mana potion for afterwards. Because once he's down, we can then run straight to the next seal. We'll go to Lord the Seuss next. Because if I'm going to die, it's probably going to be against him. I have died a few times against him, where he's just spawned directly on top of me. And everything into Vitality, and this into... So I want to get Holy Shield now. So that Holy Bolt into Blessed Hammer into Holy Shield. Why I want Holy Shield? Just gives me loads more defenses. Smite damage, don't care for smite. Increased successful chance of block, and gives me some defense. So be a big boon in my survivability. Won't really help me here. So we're just going to get there when we get into Act 5. And you see, these are pretty normal. I'm going to bonk all these down nice and easy. So I'm a little bit... I always mess up when I fight Diablo. So I'm a little bit anxious. Every time I fight him, at least in normal difficulty, once I get into night, once I get a run going, and I get to Act 5, and I can farm in Act 5, I'm normally fine. It's just getting to Act 5 is always my issue. And it's just the worry of me meleeing Diablo is going to be a bit of a pain. So as me meleeing all these is going to be a bit of a pain, because obviously they've already cursed me. I'm not sure what curse this is, but they've already cursed me. There we go, took a bit of damage, that's fine. Okay, I can melee these down quickly. I can pump a load of potions as well. Awesome. And down he goes, nice. Got a nice little shield there and a few potions. Perfect. Right, bonk. Loads of resistance. Okay, I lose. No, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Oh, we're not going to need it. We're going to sell it, but that's not bad. Let's put that into here to go to be sold. I'll quickly show you us doing the last seal. Why not? While we're already here. Normally I go back to town to restock, but I think we're okay for resources. Always clear both areas before you hit the seals. Just pop a potion just in cases. Awesome. Right, Oblivion Knights are down. The souls are down. So this is going to be the annoying part. Is this going to spawn them? That did spawn them. We're in quite a bad situation here, so I want to run all the way around. Take out that guy, because why not? Right. So I do want to walk here. So I have some melee defense. Okay, walk away. Take one or two of them out, walk away. Walk away. Got the health shrine, why not? And just like that, walk away again. It's almost down. Two more. One of them being the Infector of Souls. Just like that. Easy. Oh, glaive. Probably not going to use a glaive, but hey, it's nice to have. And we don't need to head to town, so we should be good to go from here. Let's hit this last one. I'm going to do an emergency portal, just in case. Bonk, just here. And I am going to bring him down. So I just want to check my screens. There you go. So I'm going to bring him down from up here. When he spawns. There he is. So I'm going to bring him down because of that lightning. I want to be able to run around if needs be. Come on. Okay, if he just wants to take fire damage, it's fine by me. Over here, please. I want you to leave the circle. Okay, this is fine. Make him move down here. There you go. There we go. Try and dodge this. Perfect. Half health. We've got this. Move for this. Okay, just dropped a... Oh, no. Move for that. Did just drop a rejuvenation potion. Because in Nightmare in Hell, that lightning, which is his probably most dangerous attack in my opinion, unless they fixed it, his coding's wrong. And that lightning attack can't hit you if you're in melee range. I panicked and pressed a rejuvenation potion straight away. There we go. Nice and easy. Diamond and some other random loot there. Perfect. That is Act 4 complete. Let's move into Act 5. And looking at the time, halfway through potentially recording the video, so we're going to head straight into Act 5. Ignore this. We are just going to do Act 5 today. So we're going to go and start farming at the beginning area. We're going to get to reasonable level and then we're going to jump back in. Just check if we got any good gear from that. No, they're all rubbish, that's fine. So yeah, we're going to farm the first area. Once that's done, we will then jump back in and continue through the story. Obviously the big ticket things in Act 5 will be the Ancients. And then Bale himself. Obviously, the work up towards Bale is quite dangerous. So I'm thinking I'll do the first two quests easy. Doing Anya and Nilafak is quite dangerous. So I'd probably show Nilafak, the Ancient, and Bale. And so, or if we get any good drops, or if we have any tough situations, we'll jump back in. But until then, we'll see you shortly. So first go to Shank. We've just got this. I don't know what unique trident we can get. Increase attack speed, that's not bad. Razor Tine. That'd be quite good against a mercenary, or on a mercenary. That's not bad for the first kill of Shank. Also, we're not doing this for the gear. Did find a 3-socketed kite shield, which we're going to use as our MF shield later on. We're going to put 3 perfect topazes in it. And this is the boss we want to keep killing. So going forward, we'll kill Eldritch, which is this boss here, and Shank. We should keep killing them over and over, all the way up until, well, we're about level, put you in there. We'll keep doing this until we're about level 40. So this is 27. So it's probably going to take about 40 minutes. For you, it'll be seconds, unless we find good loot. And here we are in the frozen river. So we made our way most of the way through, well, I say most. Oh, there's Nephrune. We need a Nephrune. Nice. Do we need Nephrune? Yeah, I think so. Right, so here's Frozenstein, whatever the guy's called. Make sure I use my Holy Shield and then bonk my way through. So I managed to make my way to level 40. So it's huge damage increase. It's just everything's increased. We're really tanky now. And I'm going to rescue Anya. And let's get her out of there. We're going to go do Neil Flack, or however you pronounce him. He's really annoying to pronounce. As we do this, I'll quickly show you what we've managed to get. So Blood Fist dropped. Really good upgrade. I do lose a bit of MF, but that's completely fine. That's the only drop that I can think of. We also had this club drop as well. It'd be good if we can use this club, because that is a damage increase to steel. I don't think you can put steel in clubs. So it's a tier and an L rune. Tier and L runes are relatively cheap. Tier and an L rune. So this is one of these. It's going to turn into steel. It doesn't turn into steel, so that's fine. Thought I'd try it anyway. And then we also had Eisenhart's Case, the Centaurian, and obviously we had Razor Tine drop earlier. You started to get some good topazes as well. We've got a Flawless Topaz, which is great, because that's going to make us... Because I'm going to do all my boss farming videos with about 100 to 150 MF. Ideally, I'd want about 150, so I'd need as many topazes as possible. Yes, I've got 14 MF here, and I have got these gloves here, which I had before, which is another 8, so that's going to be 22 MF. Fine. It's not going to be enough though. Also got a nice little helmet ready for lore when I get the runes for lore. So we're going to just probably jump through until we get to Nilflag, because I don't think there's really any real problems, because there is a good chance that the corpse explosion could explode our corpse. But I guess we're not a corpse yet. You know what I mean. And here we are against Necromancer himself. I know this is the way because I've cleared all the other 3 paths. There you go, quest logs updated. Need to be careful with this guy. Just can keep moving. See, my fire aura will do most of the damage. Just need to be careful with his corpse explosions. And now I'm behind him. I should be fine here. There we go. And a longsword. Nice. Is this a... Kleegor's. Nice. Deadly Strike. I'm not sure what Deadly Strike does. But I think we've already had a piece of Kleegor's drop as well. I think it was gloves, but did I keep it? I don't know whether we kept those gloves. But I don't think we did keep the gloves. That's fine. Because I wouldn't mind doing like a kind of what Nuclear Rabbit does, and does set playthroughs. When he gets a full set of armour, he'll do a playthrough with that set of armour. So I want to give that a go in the future, just to see what all the sets are all about. But that is another boss done. So that's fine. We can now go into the Crystalline Passage and take on the Ancients. Great, she can personalise stuff for me. That's cool. If you didn't know, if you talk to this guy, once you free all of the Barbarians, you'll get all of the runes you need for Ancient's Pledge, which is really good if you're really lacking some of those resistances. As you see, we're relatively stacked on resistance. Cold could do a bit of work, but it's still not going to be a minus as you go into Nightmare, so we should be fine. Here we are. Here are the Ancients. We're not going to do anything to prepare for this. I think we're in a really good place. We've got a full rune, which is quite nice. Yeah, we're not going to do anything. We do really need to change the weapon. We're going to keep using Fire Aura until we get to Nightmare. So we're just going to keep this going. And when we get into Nightmare, we'll change to Hammerdin. And we should be fine, just tanking these. Do want to take on this guy first, because he is the weakest of the 3. There he goes down. And then I always go for Korlik next, because he's the next strongest, next weakest. The Whirlwind doesn't do the most damage. It's his leap attack normally does a lot of damage. There we go. Mr. Talic now. He has a higher fire resistance, that's why he's taking less damage. Which is fine. Just hold down left click and he will drop. Nice and relatively easy. We're obviously using a fair few potions here. We use 4 potions in this fight. There you go. I'm feeling quite... I think we've got a good chance against Bale. Or Bull, Bale, Bull, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Wherever you can... opponent. Awesome. So more into vitality. Another point into a little bit more damage. There we go. A little bit more damage up there. Nearly a minimum of 1,000 damage per hit. Running through the Wellstone Keep should be relatively safe. I hope. So Portal Shrine. I think it's most of the same enemies we fought before. So most of them just die in 1 or 2 auras. Just like that. Yeah, I'm not worried about this place. We'll just jump in when we get to the waves. Just before fighting the boss. Falcon could be an upgrade. That could be an upgrade. We'll hold on to that. We will see you shortly. Now here we are. In the Thrones of Destruction. I know that there's going to be one of the enemies that's going to be immune to fire. It's not going to be ideal. I think it's wave... Might be wave 1. Can't remember what wave it is. I know one of them is going to be immune. Recast this. And here we go. Wave... Yeah, it's wave 1. That's fine. It's just wave 1. We should just be able to melee him down. Just like that. We are going to be slowed by the boss and Bao. But that should be fine. Well, it will be fine. It's not worried about this at all. And Colenso the Annihilator has been, as we speak, annihilated. Awesome. It's been a very long time since I've actually beaten Diablo 2. Yeah, it's been a very long time. I'm going to very quickly mute my mic while there's a helicopter flying overhead. 1 second. There we go. Back to normal. I've got a new mic. It's quite sensitive, and I'm sure you guys don't want to hear a helicopter in the mic. I can imagine it's quite annoying. Council members, yeah, fine. Just keep moving a little bit here. Let my fire do some damage. Now we can take them out, just like that. Next one, Pit Lords. Not too worried about the Pit Lords. Really inconvenient helicopter again. Like they know I'm trying to record a video. Right, here we go. Venom Lords, not Pit Lords. That should be fine. A bit worried about these because they do move very quick and they can easily surround me. As long as I've got a way out, like this, should be fine. And there we go. This next one's going to be a bit of a pain. So let's reuse that Holy Shield. Grab a mana potion just in case we get drained. And these boys, Minions of Destruction, they have a knockback. Come on. So the knockback can be really annoying. Right, reuse Holy Shield again. And move back a little bit more. We haven't even killed one of them yet. Okay, there's one down. One away. And come on. Come on. Come at me. Come on. Do a lot of damage to Lister here. Okay, we've taken a lot of damage there. That's fine. Can we take this one out? Okay, that's another one down. Okay, we're kind of in there's a bad spot to be stuck there. Okay, they're all about half health. Okay, there we go. Pop another potion. Okay, thank you, Lister. You just leveled me up. Perfect. Right, there we go. It's finished. Okay, Lister didn't level me up. That's fine. Just like that. Easy. Right, let's go get some more potions and we'll go take on the boss. Okay, and he's going to keep laughing at me. Of course he is. Right, Wellstone Chamber. Let's do this. We do the Holy Shield. So all the little tendrils should die very quickly. Yeah, they die in one hit. Fine. Okay, let's see how tough he is. So we do a fair bit of damage to him. I do chunk his health. Yeah, okay, I'm not too worried about this. And yeah, everything's gonna die. Perfect. This is too easy. I'm expecting him to summon a clone in a second. Okay, he doesn't want to summon a clone. That's completely fine. We are running low on mana. Okay, I'm going to use my rejuvenation potion. There we go. Just like that, he's down. Ooh, we've got 3 items for our what's it called? Didn't really want to go to town, that's fine. Do we need to do anything here? No, quest complete. Awesome. So we've got 3 more items for our Holy Grail. So we're going to identify this. Caffins, quite useful. We've got Steel Goad. That's quite useful as well. And then we have Ichor Sting, or Ichor Sting. That's quite good as well. And on that note, we are going to end today's episode. We went to take on Bale. I'm going to be having all of these items stored on one of my mules. I'm going to have a Zeroed Uber mule, so I can use them in the future when I do a set run. Once again, all of these items will be down in the description down below. There'll be a link to my Zeroed Uber's Holy Grail, because hopefully if we can take on the Ubers, we'll be able to finish our Holy Grail, at least do a Holy Grail. So I'm going to update these 3 in there. And between now and then, I'm going to be not doing as much farming as I like to. We might just go straight into Nightmare, because I might grind to level 42, but we'll see. I think we're in a good place. Our cold resistance is a little bit low, but I think that should be okay. We might go. Actually, I'm going to go do cows. I'm going to do cows for a bit. Hopefully get some, because Holy Fire is really good against cows. It just does loads of aura AoE damage without me having to do anything. So I'll keep on difficulty 1. I should be able to slaughter the cows, and hopefully we can get some more charms. So I want to bump up my cold resistance. At the moment, yeah, we want another cold resistance charm. Because at the moment we've got this fire resistance one here. So that's obviously a perfect one, I think, is 20. So if we get a cold one, then that'd be ideal. So yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. We'll be out next Friday. We're going to do some grinding, the cows, and then we'll be seeing you when we get into Nightmare. Obviously, I could do terror zones as well. If you don't know what terror zones are, they're relatively new. So I'm trying to move my... so terror zones are relatively new. So once you complete the game, you unlock these terror zones, which are essentially areas of the game which are... Depends what difficulty you're on. It's the highest level... It caps at a set point, but it's the highest level monsters are in that terror zone. So it allows you to farm terror zones. Because in Hell, the enemies will have 2 immunities. So it allows you to farm terror locations, which may have an immunity to your build. So it allows for all builds to be able to farm somewhere at end game. So if you're a Fire Stalk, you don't want to farm places in Act 2 because a lot of them have fire resistance. So you'll wait for a terror zone to be somewhere else, and you can go farm somewhere where it may not have the same amount of your immunities to your damage. They can give you really good gear in in Hell. You can also get some Sunder Charms, which allow you to break through that immunity. But you can only get that in Hell. So Terror Zone is really good to farm. I might even farm some for a bit. It might be a good way to get Charm. If it was in a better location, I would go farm it, but I'd hate Act 3. And Terror Zones, they every hour it switches to another location. You can, if you Google this, you can get a spreadsheet of all the times. You can just change your time on your clock of your PC, and you can see if you change your clock down here, you can change your clock to whenever you want to on adjust time, date and time. Change it to whatever you want, and that will give you whatever terror zone you want. I'm not going to do that. I tend to do that. I tend to do it the old-fashioned way, and I wait for the right location.
Can I help you?
But we will end this one here because I keep babbling on. As per usual, got a couple of links in the description down below. First link is to my Discord. If you want to join the community Discord, small community, slowly growing. You're more than welcome to join. Now, I have 2 YouTube channels down below. One is to Mrs Rothmers Channel called One Nerd to Rule Them All. It's all about lore videos on all things nerdy. So whether it's Warhammer, Lord of the Rings, a little bit of Game of Thrones, a little bit of The Witcher, anything nerdy related, she's probably going to cover. Then we have a joint YouTube channel called Nerdy Miniatures, which is all about all things Warhammer. So this is the tabletop, so we're collecting, building, painting miniatures. Soon we're going to do battle reports. We're currently in the middle of building our first Armies on Parade board. So we're building some terrain over the next few days, which is pretty cool. And we will be streaming on there in the future of just us really just chilling out and building some Warhammer. So if you made this far, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And as per usual, peace out.